Think about the moment someone at a crowded gathering asks about your weekend plans. Your chest physically tightens. The instinct to fake an emergency and leave the room is almost overwhelming. This reaction indicates a high cognitive requirement for authenticity. Your brain requires substantial data to feel engaged. Your brain is built to analyze complex systems, read subtle human emotions, and explore abstract ideas. When society requires you to exchange meaningless data points about traffic or office coffee, it is the equivalent of asking a master architect to enthusiastically discuss the color of a doormat. Forcing a highly complex mind to perform this routine causes immediate exhaustion. By pretending to care about trivial matters, you are actively starving your own cognitive systems. To see why this happens, look at the neural chemistry. When highly extroverted individuals chat with strangers in a loud, busy room, the friction of that interaction triggers a massive release of dopamine. They receive a chemical reward simply for participating. That an introspective or highly sensitive mind prioritizes a completely different fuel source, acetylcholine. This chemical rewards profound focus, internal reflection, and meaningful one-on-one exchanges. Your brain does not provide a chemical reward for discussing the weather. It processes that information as junk data. Because processing that junk data yields no chemical return, it drains your energy reserves at an alarming rate. This social exhaustion is the physiological cost of forcing an acetylcholine-driven system to perform dopamine-driven tasks. Small talk serves a purpose entirely separate from the exchange of factual information. When someone asks how your Tuesday is going, they are not actually inquiring about the chronological events of your day. Trivial chatter is a primitive trust test. The brain lends a subconscious stand to check if a person's tone is friendly, if their body language is safe, and if they belong to the same tribe. Highly observant minds process emotional data with extreme efficiency. You often verify the vibe of a room and the emotional state of a person within the first 3 seconds of making eye contact. Because your brain verified safety instantly, the subsequent 5 minutes of verbal pleasantries feel redundant. You are ready to dive into the deep end while the other person is still testing the temperature of the water. You can navigate this without appearing abrasive by using the deep connection workflow. This strategy satisfies the other person's need for safety while immediately pivoting to fulfill your need for depth. Step 1. The observation hook. Instead of a standard greeting, use your natural hyper-awareness to state a genuine observation. Saying, "I noticed you were intensely focused on that presentation," prompts an authentic response, bypassing their host elevator pitch and making them feel uniquely seen. Step 2 is the passion pivot. To relieve your own conversational burden, you can guide the other person toward a topic they genuinely love. You do this by asking sideways questions. If they mention a hobby or a project, ask what the most misunderstood thing about that field is, or what initially made them fall in love with the work. Their defensive guard usually drops instantly. Triggering their passion shifts the interaction from a draining performance into a complex, energizing narrative. Your brain finally receives the high-quality data it requires to stay engaged. Step 3 is the why over what method. Surface-level chatter focuses on what happened, while deep connection lives in why it happened. When someone shares a life update, like moving to a new city or changing jobs, ignore the logistical details. Ask why they made the jump, or what the hardest part of the transition has been. Try this exact method in the next 24 hours. The next time an acquaintance tries to trap you in a predictable script, swap a factual inquiry for a motivational one and watch how quickly their performative mask drops. The friction of small talk persists because most people are leading for a partner to take the conversational leap into deeper waters first. This intolerance for trivial banter signals a high degree of emotional intelligence. It marks a refusal to perform for the sake of comfort in a world full of superficial noise. You recognize that life is too fleeting to spend it discussing things that do not matter. In a culture of endless masks, the desire to cut through the static and find a real human being underneath is a rare strength. You possess the capacity to navigate any interaction on your own terms. You simply need to tape the steering wheel and guide the conversation toward the depth you crave. To help you put this into practice immediately, click the link in the description for the free Deep Connection Prompt Pack, featuring 15 questions to save any dying conversation. Hit subscribe to join us next week as we explore the psychological systems that drive human behavior.